Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. All right. My Twitch app for my phone has been running like garbage lately, so I'm gonna try reinstalling it and see if that helps, because I know phones are like that sometimes. So I can't see chat for the time being, so try not to be too unhinged in there. Thank you. Hold on. There we go. Okay. All right, let's get started here with Draft 4, Game 1. If I can remember how to do it. Here we go. And of course, they went on opposite sides, but that's okay. Let's see. Do I have it on Game 1? Yeah, I do. Okay. Hello, and welcome to the emergency stream of the week for this match. Normally this would be on Saturday, but since the patch is tonight and the replays go away as soon as the patch drops, I guess we're doing it now. So I do not have all the fancy bells and whistles that the Simeon Amos stream has. So if you're looking forward to the little pictures and the fancy overlays and stuff, I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. However, if you are a fan of critique and criticizing people's builds and reading abilities during the game, then you're at the right stream. I just realized that my setting where it groups picks together might cause a problem here, so we'll see if it does. I turned on a setting in Well, it's not making noises either, so maybe it only, maybe the settings only, I think the settings only change when you're doing the draft yourself. If you're just spectating, it's default, I guess. Let me see. Yeah, I guess my settings are still the same as before, so I guess it only does what the changes I made if you're actually in the draft. If you're just spectating, it's normal. Just fine by me. I don't want it screeching at me every time someone picks. They are doing a lot of yapping in the lobby during this draft. I did ping everybody, right? I'm not crazy? Yeah, I did. Okay. Where's my peeps at? Bunch of yappers. True. Too easy. They're still going at it. What lane is the feature matchup here, you would say? That's actually a good question. I have casted Team 6v a couple times now. So I believe their best player is their top laner. Also, R2R did not lock in a champion for their third pick. It's supposed to be Braum, apparently. I'm not super familiar who was on Team R2R, so I can't really say for sure what the premier matchup will be before we get in there. Actually, hold on, I see them in the lobby here. So it'll be, I think it's Caress versus Zesty Queso Top. I mean, that would probably be the matchup, I would guess. No, it's it's Her Depravity versus Zesty Queso Top. Okay, well, those are the two highest elo players in each team, so I guess the top lane is the featured matchup. Team R2R does lose a ban because they have a sub. I'm actually not sure who the sub is. I think Her Depravity is the sub. I think. Let me go take a look real quick while we're waiting. Yes. Normally their top laner is Buttrito, but he, I guess, not able to make it this game, so it will be Her Depravity stepping in. There's no Buttrito in the lobby here. Okay, they're gonna actually early pick the Malphite. I guess you could put that in the jungle if you want and save last pick for top. And R2R gonna immediately lock in the Silas. So you like that. Versus a Malphite. And I'm not sure how the Malphite versus Camille matchup goes. I feel like it could go either way, but I really don't know. Okay. And that's pick 4 6V is gonna be Darius. Interesting. Not opting for his patented Gragas top this time around. Interesting choice. Let's go for the Darius. I'm pretty sure this matchup is Camille favored if you play it well, so I'll be interested to see how the Darius does. I mean, it could be Darius jungle as well, so who knows? They're both flexible, so. Oh, what the heck? Oh, whoops. You guys can't see them, but there are ads right below the ban section. And I accidentally clicked that one. Whoopsie. Camille's very good at avoiding sweet spots. That is true. And plus, you can always use R to dodge something as well. So you can outplay if you're Darius. Like, you can pull her out of her E and probably win the fight after that. You have to be far enough away from the wall that you have time to do that, though. You have time to react to it. So. And Camille is not a top laner I ever learned myself, so I'm not super familiar with her matchups. Plus, I think that there's a big difference between like the just okay Camille's and the really, really good Camille's. Like, they feel like a completely different champion. The Camille is really, really good. 2E, you were at the earlier stream today, right? Did Simon Amas do the Lodal by chance earlier today? So if not, we'll go ahead and do it once they get into Champ Select here. It's been a while since I've done a live cast, I think. I always forget just how much downtime there is. In terms of comps here, that Nun pick for R2R is a Braum, so that's gonna make the Misfortune a lot less effective if he plays it right. Still can't believe that people let people pick Braum into them when they pick Misfortune, but here we are. I feel like every time I say Misfortune picked early, they immediately pick Braum, so lots of mobility too for R2R. They got 3 divers basically, so they could get on this Misfortune for sure. She could have a hard time contributing this game. Victor could be good against this team though, as long as he's not getting hit by hard CC and pounced on. He should be able to do a lot of work, I think. I'm hoping he goes for a more tanky build with like Roa and stuff, because he's gonna need it, I think, unless his Janna does an incredible job. Also, the one big edge that 6V has is engaging because they have Malphite, but I guess Silas can also use the Malphite ult to engage every so often, so I guess they're kind of even there. Yes, it is a Caitlyn indeed. My favorite AD carry. looks like, well, they're not lined up in order, so we won't get to see what roles they're going to until we get into game. Let's go ahead and do the Lodal while we're waiting here. Here we go. Somebody did it already. Don't tell me. Start with Caitlyn. That's always a good guess. Not really, but. Some kind of part human from 2011. Okay, that doesn't really narrow it down that much. I don't even know a lot of it. It's not a mana champ either. Okay, interesting. It's a melee manaless champion that's part human. I actually don't know. We got a little time, so I'm not rushing here. Part human melee top laner from 2011. I mean, it's not. Okay, so it's not a top laner either. It's not manaless. It doesn't have mana, and it's not manaless, so it must be either an energy champion or must be either an energy champion or someone with like a bespoke resource. I want to think Zed, but Zed wasn't 2011, right? No, it is an energy champ though. Okay. What other male energy champs are there that are melee? Shen? But it says not top, so it wouldn't be Shen. I mean, let me put it there just in case, but I'm pretty sure it's not Shen. Human spiritualist from Ionia, 2011. I have no idea who this is. There's only so many energy champions, so and it's a melee champion, so it's not Kennen. What other melee energy champs are there? Ambessa, Zed, Shen, Lee Sin. Oh, it's gotta be Lee Sin, doesn't it? There you go. Well done, too easy. Congrats. I know this one easily because I play this champion. Sorry, Leona, I never follow that advice. And that's Kindred. I recognize that wolf mouth anywhere. It's a diamond. It's got to be Tarek, right? I don't know who else it could be. Yep. And then the splash. Looks like a foot, like a Shuriman foot. That's interesting. Rakan, maybe? Oh, it is Rakan. There you go. Oh, it's the dragon one. I see. All right, well, there we go. How long do we got still? We got a minute. I'm sorry, I am a little tired and a little under the weather, so I probably won't have as much energy for the cast as usual, but that's okay. Oh, now you guys can see the ads. Well, there you go. Sup, Trevor? Welcome. Go ahead and turn that off, and we'll get into it. All right. Here we go. I wonder if I can have objective timers on by default. Is that a thing?
Minions have spawned.
Not that I can see. All right, and here we go. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit. There we go. It will be Darius top of Malphite jungle. So we'll get to see how that Darius Camille matchup goes. Camille does have Ignite, which I think is good. I think you really want Ignite against Darius if you can help it. You just need that kill pressure on him to keep him from fucking you, or from fucking with you, rather. And trading right into the bone plating, so her depravity actually wins that trade pretty hard, although not if he keeps taking auto attacks. There we go. In terms of sums, nothing particularly unusual. First strike to MF, definitely the more scaling rune, or I guess scale faster, I guess. And it's looking like Dark Harvest Malphite. Maybe he's going AP this game. We'll see. I guess it's probably pretty good even on tank Malphite, right? Because you get the kind of Ultimate Hunter, and he has Axiom Arcanus too. I mean, maybe he is going AP. We'll see. All right. Yeah, sorry for not having all the fancy match of the week overlays and stuff, but one, I didn't have time to set it up, and two, I didn't want to, so you're just gonna have to deal with the standard Slamurai stream. Wow, Darius kind of getting his ass beat up here in top lane. Camille kind of gives him the business. Now don't let him leave lane. Now that you've secured a strong lead in lane, you don't want to let him back. You want to keep him there. Ideally, you'd be calling your jungler over here for a dive, but he's on the opposite side of the map, so. Ooh. Yeah, Ahri kind of getting the business here from this Victor early, which is not surprising. Victor early lane, very tough to play into. You can't really trade with him at all. Especially with, I think he looks like he has the, he does have the early game lane dominant setup with bone plating and shield bash and scorch, so, and Airy. But are able to just go ahead and TP back, no problem. Oh, and the flash. Oh no. Okay, we got to go back and see how this all transpired here. This should not have happened. Who's the support? That's a good question. I believe it is. It's their normal support, but I don't know who it is. So, wait, all right. Let's look at this top lane fight here. Camille goes in. It probably ignites a bit late, and then backs off and leaves it for a nice, easy flash Q for the Darius with 5 stacks. And that's going to be first blood going over to the Darius. You got to predict that flash Q coming. He had flashed on the Darius instead, he would have just won the fight, I think. But it's just a case of hitting him with the happy face. Pikachu? Yes, thank you. Thank you, Trevor. I legit did what you did in my head and did not react. Tough. I hate when that happens. Bone Guru is a sub for Vermilion. Oh, okay. Thank you, Trevor. The full plated steel caps rush here for Darius. He's going for the attrition route in the top lane. I can see the logic. Won't do much against Silas, but you basically can't lose trades now. And he's going to go ahead and pop Ghost. Does he have E? No, he doesn't have E. That co-ops on the dunk, but it's not going to be enough. Needed another W in there, I think. Probably could have gotten it, too. He probably could have W'd and then ulted, but it would have been really close to the tower, so maybe good that he didn't. You know, I hate that when I accurately predict like what my opponent's gonna do, and like am mentally prepared for it, but my reaction time just fails me. So that's just super frustrating. Do they lose just one ban for the subs, or is it each game? It's each game. So, each game. It is a second round ban though, so it's not super impactful. You tend to have pretty deep champion pools to be able to punish 4 bans instead of 5, you know? That's not a huge difference. Plus, people forget to apply the penalty like half the time anyway. Nice dive here by the Malphite. I don't know if they called for that, but that was the correct play. They'll punish the Camille for sitting low under tower like that. And it is indeed going to be an AP Malphite, at least to start. Malignance Rush by the looks of it. Very strong start here. It's only 2 kills, but it's over a 2k gold lead here for 6v. Saw dude has stolen Darius ulti, which is probably the worst possible ult to steal because you don't have Darius passive. Although actually, 142 base damage. It's not great, but it's not the worst either, especially since it can reset. So, probably definitely still the worst ult to steal out of these though. Obviously, you want to steal Malphite ulti, but you have to find him first, steal it. Can't just go top and yoink it because he's not the top laner. I think it was because he was trying to gank him. Yeah, I assume that's the reason. Yeah, he just took what was available, but now he's kind of stuck without an ulti for a while. Fun fact, you can wind wall Silas's ult trying to take your thing. because it is coded as a projectile. Even if it's even though it's point and click and has really high range, you can block it. I'm not sure. I assume you could probably Mel reflect it too. I'll be very interested to see what happens when you do that. I assume nothing. Oh, there we go. Nice tank on the Victor, kind of getting caught out here trying to ward. See, this is why I tell you guys, don't fucking ward. He tried to do what he was supposed to do to be safe from ganks, and it got him ganked. The honey, bro. Wards are dangerous. Ooh. And the 6v bot lane trying to move in to help, but they're definitely not strong enough to do that, so they're going to get collapsed on. And the EMF ult's going to come out, but and then Styles going to go ahead and use the Jan ulti to heal the team. Okay. Now fight here does have ulti, but no real good targets to go for unless it's Caitlyn walks up. Interesting, going for the Ludens Ahri rather than the Malignants. I actually believe that Ludens Ahri has a higher win rate than Malignants, but I assume that's partly because most people go Malignants, especially people who don't really know what they're doing necessarily. So is Moonlight cooking here? We'll see. 6v gonna go ahead and grab the dragon here if they have mid prio. No Dark Seals here across the board. Oh, nope, I lied. Silas is a Dark Seal. He got it early, so he's got 4 stacks on it. That's an extra 16 AP for free. Huge value. Malphite should definitely get one too if he's going to build AP. And here we go. Very nice bait into the Malphite ulti. Brahm's going to flash here, but it wasn't the best flash. He might still end up going down. No, they don't quite have the CC to keep him there. Go R2R. Got to go to bed. I may not be able to back in chat depending on my sleep. Fair enough.
Precision is the only standard that matters.
Ooh. Already getting very low there. Victor could probably go for a flashy for a kill there. She sticks around. Oh, doesn't even need to flash. All right. Doesn't Moonlight doesn't have the best grasp of the Victor E range and ends up going down. And there you go. Ahri giving her commentary on how it feels to fight against Victor. She's not wrong. It does feel like ass to fight against Victor. Still only a 2 kill difference, but a 3.5k gold, almost 4k gold lead here. 4-6v just from all these CS leads everywhere and plates. Meanwhile, they're going to go for a gank in the top lane. Might have pulled the trigger a little too early there, but yeah, that Malphite has to tank the tower a little bit too long, ends up going down. So well played to her depravity there to turn that into a 1-for-1, because that was the best case scenario. Unless they do something really horrendous. SDKs are doing the scumbag move of letting the tower kill as many minions as possible before taking it. Classic. So that first tower, yes it was. So huge gold lead for the Darius here in the top lane. Up over 2,000 gold on the Camille. He will be a big boy. I'd really like to see second item Deadman's on Darius here to take advantage of how fed he is, and it does indeed look like that's what he's going, so it's SDK's and I on the same page. And Gank's coming in here from the Saw Dude, and Janna will go down. It might look like Diana here too, but the 6v squad has arrived. They don't appreciate this gank. Anime Lol's going to go ahead and go down here. Actually, Darius pulls Rom out of the Malphite ult landing spot, so ends up not hitting, but it's fine. He goes down anyway. They did not appreciate that gank bot lane, and they brought the squad in to say, nope. So a 5k gold lead here. I mean, this kind of demonstrates the power of objectives, right? Objectives in CS is that you only have 3 kills, but you're up 5,000 gold just from all those tower plates and CS leads everywhere. On the Caitlyn, do they have the damage to finish her off? Oh no, Caitlyn actually nets the wrong way. She might have lived if she had netted towards the tower, but it would have been close. Probably not. Probably wouldn't have lived either way. But yeah, no, getting that Caitlyn E to go off in the right direction in that absolute heat of the moment like that could be difficult sometimes. I've been known to E the wrong direction on occasion. Early Oblivion Orb on Victor, which is very interesting. I mean, there'll be some healing to deal with at some point, but I don't know if they have enough to justify getting it early, but there is also the logic of just getting it early, getting it out of the way, so you don't have to worry about not having it later. So, I'm a big proponent of that philosophy. It's better to have Grievous Wounds too early than too late. You know, I never realized. I know that R had like a heal for like farming, but I didn't realize she gained so much health just from getting takedowns. That's kind of wild. 172 health every time she gets a killer assist in team fight. Okay, damn. That's a lot of healing. I know she was in a bit of a hurry there, but You really want to make sure that when you're split pushing and pushing towers with Camille, you want to make sure that you get your true damage Q, because it does apply to towers. And that's a big deal because towers have a lot of armor. Well, they do when there's people near them, but you get my point. It won't, yeah. It had a lot of armor there for a second. I don't know why it went back down to 0. This stream, is this live? Yes, this is a live casted game of League of Legends. Feels like it's been a while since we've had one of those, but here you go. Just got back from the gym, feeling huge. Hell yeah, dude.
I am out of patience.
You feel hopefully not too sore. Gemini says my calf size is elite. That's funny.
My side and the wrong side.
No big deal or anything. Looking for a gank here on the Darius, but he's pretty strong. You gotta be careful with him. He can definitely 1v2 you if he plays it well. Oh, it might be in R2R's best interest to not know just how far behind they are in gold, because if they knew they were down 7k gold right now, they'd probably be too scared to ever try anything. And once you get to that point, you're kind of cooked. So maybe it's best they don't know. Alright, Silas goes for the steal here, he does not. See, that's never an issue for me since I always assume I'm cooked. I mean, that is one way to handle that problem, I suppose. Play like you're always behind. Kind of hard to push your lead with that attitude, though. I will say that how you use your lead is just as important as getting a lead, if not more so. And low elo, air quotes. People get leads all the time because they're against other low elo players, but that doesn't mean they'll actually do anything good or responsible with it. You gotta know what to do to get the most value out of your gold lead. So, and that's not always easy to do. So you got to take risks, but they have to be good risks because you're worth a shutdown a lot of EXP. Ooh, nice. Silas E through the Jam Tornado, and that's going to secure him a kill. I don't know if that was intentional, but it was well played. And Camille trying her best to dodge the Darius there, but he's just too far ahead. Otherwise, that would have been a good outplay. Darius does have Axiom Arcanist on ulti. In my personal opinion, I don't play Darius a ton, but I play it some. And in my personal opinion, I think Axiom Arcanist on Darius is bait. Just with the other options that are available, I just don't think this is worth it. Like, yeah, you can go this, you get a little bit of extra damage on your ulti, but You could also just go Nimbus Cloak, right? You got 2 movement speed sums. You'll get a bunch more movement speed when you use one. I think that's a lot more value than your ulti doing a little bit more damage. Like on average, you're probably only getting like 40 or 50 more damage on your ulti from this. And it's mostly worthless after level 16 too, because you just overkill them. Yeah. Garen, it makes a bit more sense. Because the damage is higher early on, and you don't take Ghost on Garen usually, so Nimbus isn't as useful. But on Darius, yeah, I wouldn't. I think this is bait. I mean, I feel like Axiom Arcadis in general is just not a very good rune. I think people massively overrate this rune. Well, that's just my opinion. Plus, it has to compete with Mana Flow Band, which makes it a hard sell for laners. Play kind of going on here. Malphite and Darius kind of messing with them, but their team's pretty far. They are able to get out for now, though, although Sylas does have the Darius ulti. Opts to use it here. And that's going to be a 1,000 gold shutdown going over to the Darius. That is a case of not using your lead responsibly. Everybody's SDK so kind of getting baited by his jungler there. And gives up 1,000 gold, so... They're still way ahead, obviously, but you'd rather not do that. Yeah, it was a lot of CC. Plus the Camille ulti, so even if he had gotten to the blast plant and tried to go for the wall, it would have just pulled him right back. Because of the Hextech ultimatum. Ooh. Still not quite able to finish off that MF thanks to the Janna. I'm just kind of looking at everybody's rune setups here during the lull. Pretty standard stuff. And yeah, look at the Axiom Arcanist on Malphite. 79 extra damage. That's definitely not worth it. Ugh. He's going to come in here. They're going to get collapsed on from all sides. Malphite is going to come in. That did an extra 20 damage from Axiom Arcanist. Pretty OP. And... Alright, let's go. That fight kind of happened quickly. Let's go ahead and back up here. I was too busy ranting about abilities to pay proper attention. And he is going tank after the Malignance as well. Okay. Yeah, so 6v is here first. And he steals the Darius ult and then pops Zhonya's. And they're kind of letting flags from all sides, but they just don't actually have the damage to make this play work. That could have been a disastrous... That could have been disastrous positioning for 6v if they weren't so far ahead. Wait, am I this? Hold on. I know I'm fucking tired. Am I stupid? Hold on a second. I need to look at this one more time, make sure I understand what's happening. Okay, yeah, never mind. For some reason, I thought the MF was on the other team, but no. Yeah, they had a nice pincer on them, but they just don't have the damage to actually make that happen. Plus, stealing the Darius ulti for Sylas definitely didn't help. But yeah, I mean, Malphite ulted 2 people that fight and got 20 damage from Axiom Arcanist, so you're basically just taking it from the cooldown reduction, which isn't useless, but I feel like you could probably just go Gathering Storm and get a lot more value. Or water walking or something. And I do agree with him going tank, by the way, after his Malignant start. If they do, I don't think they're a pretty tanky team here for R2R in theory. So I don't think going full AP Malphite is the move. So I'm pretty sure I just got invited to the next game. So I have a feeling that might be ending here pretty soon. Go ahead and fast forward just a little bit because I've been rewinding too much. Okay, just gonna flash in. Oh, he didn't have hook though, that was kind of weird. Pops the dunk on Braum. He will die to the bleed, I believe. Yes, he will, just barely. Is that going to be enough for 6v to end? And they're trying their best, but... Oh! The Malphite ult whiff. Unlucky. But I don't think it's going to matter. This Darius is so big, he can tank forever. R2R putting up a valiant attempt here to defend their Nexus, but they're just too far behind. It's not going to be enough. Yeah. All right. Well played to Team 6v. They really just controlled the map from start to finish and got a pretty clean, easy win there. So we'll play to them. All right, and we will work on getting into game 2. All right, and here we go. Are they switching sides? Yes. Okay. There we go. We'll go ahead and turn that back on. I actually am going to use the proper overlays this time so that it says game 2 at the top. I only just noticed during the stream yesterday that it says which game it is at the top. I've just been leaving it on game 1 the whole time, and no one in chat said anything, so I'm blaming you guys. And it was like, Mr. Streamer, it says game 1 even though it's game 2. Nobody said nothing. So, it's your fault. It's going to be that Gragas first pick lock-in for 6v. Almost certainly going top. Can't be babysitting you that much. I mean, you're the guys that see the wrong thing on screen if you don't tell me. I'm fine. I'm in La La Land over here. I'll cast game 1 3 times in a row. Happily. I wonder if it's possible for Set to pull Gragas out of his dash. I assume it can, but it's a pretty short range, so it'd be hard to time it. both these teams full of long-time beer league players, so lots of yapping, which is fun. I don't mind it. Looks like we're gonna see the legendary Sawdude Kindred this game. Could be interesting. I don't know if I like picking against a Gragas, but I guess we'll see how it goes. Viego coming in for 6V. That's interesting. I don't know if I like that. Also, I guess it's a Seraphine mid for 6V because they also have a Soraka. I mean, I guess it could be Soraka mid if you wanted to be crazy, but I don't know anyone besides me that's ever played Soraka mid. So, Seraphine mid, I'm assuming. In terms of these team comps, which do I like more? I feel like both team comps are a little disjointed, to be honest. I'm not sure. There's not a real it's not a lot of real synergy in the champions on either side, TBH. Yeah, Lux is an odd pick to round out that R2R comp, but I also know that in Light League, a lot of players don't have that deep of champion pools, so sometimes you just gotta play what you know how to play and hope for the best. You can't be picking for comp all the time. You know, I would have really liked to have seen, like, I don't know, like Alessandra or something. Something with big, reliable, hard CC to frontline for the double ADC comp, but you know, if you don't play Alessandra, then you don't play Alessandra, so I get it. Or like Malzahar, that could have been pretty, that could have been the tech too. But the same is true for Team 6V, I guess. They got pick potential with Gragas and Ashe, but that's about it. I guess this is an AP Seraphine, so it's going to be a lot more damage, unless she goes support build even mid lane. Yeah, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. I do like the tournament ban style system where we have the 2 later bans. It kind of changes things up a lot because if you have a champ that you really want to save for a late pick, it's looking like a good pick, they might just ban it. So there's kind of some pressure to pick those champions earlier or force them to ban something else. I actually would have really liked the Mundo angle for R2R Mundo Jungle, but I don't know if Sawdu has ever played Mundo Jungle. The Gwen was a smart ban, definitely. Definitely don't want them Gwenning all over your team. And Lilia as well, so good round 2 bans. I know in my first season of B League, I was a Mundo main. I was playing top, and every time it looked like potentially a good Mundo game, they would just ban Mundo in the second round. And that kind of ruined my strategy. And I wasn't used to that because I hadn't played with tournament style draft before. From R2R, maybe this is BM. What was BM? Sorry, I missed it. R2R had Rocka mid their last game? Oh, really? Interesting. Oh, I can tell you from Champ Select here that it is Soraka in the bot lane. So they are going where they're expected to go. No fun, silly picks here. It's interesting because normally we make everybody line up, or we try to, but now that the whole pick swapping and having to pick your role ahead of time thing is a thing, there could be some value to not lining up properly because your opponent might not be keeping track of who is which one. I think it's very rare that'll really come up, but it could theoretically come up. Rocka mid, Garen Yumi bot. Oh yeah, I heard about that game. I think that game is not going to end up getting casted, sadly. Unless some heroic soul wants to do it sometime tonight. It's not going to be me, I can tell you that right now. I'm only doing this one because of extenuating circumstances. AKA, this is supposed to be match of the week. It's hard to stream it if it disappears into the void with the patch, so. Yes, we'll finally miss a game. I know we have had a couple people express interest in potentially casting. I know that Eric casted one. Both of the Erics actually have casted one. Other than that, it has been me and Steven Amos every game, which is kind of hard to sustain. So if we could get like 2 or 3 more casters to spread the load, that'd be really nice. But, you know, not every game needs to get casted either. We just like to try. You play a Mundo, bro, you got sustain. True. I gotta just pop my Mundo ult IRL so I can keep casting. I'm pretty sure a Mundo ult IRL would kill me. That chemical cocktail he uses cannot be safe. I am also looking forward to a potential Mundo mid game in Beer League. That could be fun. I know some people are thinking about it too. They banned it against us in our game last week. They banned the potential Mundo mid. I respect that. I feel like Teemo would actually be a really good mid laner if he actually had like good matchups in mid lane. It's just that every matchup in mid is either a mage that outranges him or an assassin that kills him with their burst mobility. He doesn't get to lane against the kind of champions that Teemo's good against, but if he could, he'd probably be a pretty good mid laner. I guess that's kind of why Teemo jungle works, right? That's the downside of Teemo top is, yeah, you're this huge lane bully, but you don't get to shroom the map nearly as often because you're kind of stuck top lane. All right. Enough yapping about Teemo. Let's get into it. Oh, I need to switch the thing. There we go. All right, here we go. This is the big expensive Viego skin, right? I think. Is it not? The $200 one?
To Summoner's Rift.
So, good to see some of those cool effects in action.
Minions have spawned.
I don't like the D shield here by Set. I feel like your early game is so much stronger than Gragas that you could just take D-Blade and dominate this lane super hard, but you probably still can't even with D shield, so we'll see if that's the case. Yeah, you wanna like stand behind your own one minion when you're against Gragas as a melee champ, so that if he E's you, it hits the minion, but you're still close enough to threaten. Although I have to stand a little bit farther back. I don't know. Gragas is an annoying lane opponent, so I feel ya. Set, I feel ya. Terms of runes, Dark Harvest Lux is a little interesting. I can see the logic in it, but I don't know if it's worth it. Ooh, just barely gets the flash auto off before the Lux flash. That will be first blood going over to the Seraphine. Beyond that, Grasp Set is kind of interesting. Maybe he figures he can't get the long fight for Conqueror, so he just goes Grasp. I can kind of see it. Beyond that, everything else looks pretty standard. Ooh, it's close. Grasp plus Doran was playing scared, you already lost. I mean, in some matchups you kind of have to, but this is definitely not one of them, so. This is definitely not one of them. Everything else looks pretty typical. First mark for Kindred is here, but they're going to go ahead and deny it to him. Now, if you are hurt depravity here, you scream at your jungler to come kill this Gragas on a tower, but he has no mana. But that is clearly not happening. So, alas, oh, Gragas doesn't have TP though, so you can't just reset for free. I will say I think this is one of the things that lower level junglers struggle with the most is recognizing dive opportunities in lanes. Like that was super duper diveable. It takes a lot of experience and knowledge to know that. Plus the lane just kind of need to help call for it too, you know. Yeah, and high low, if you sit under tower like that with no mana, no health, like half health, you're gonna get dove. It's just gonna happen. Getting poked down but surviving the lane doesn't matter if they just dive you after. So sometimes letting the wave push you is actually bad, even if you're behind, or even if you're weaker, because then they'll dive you. There's gonna be a tier coming in for the Seraphine here. Not gonna be short of mana anytime soon, I suppose.
Just wait.
Just in case of doing a little bit of rage baiting there in the top lane with his Gragas dance spam. Respectable. Tier 2 on the Lux, that'd be very interesting. If I remember correctly, I think Moonlight is the person I'm thinking of. I remember there's one Light League player who's always had just unusual builds in the mid lane. Moonlight might be that player, so she might be the Burger King of she might be the Burger King of the Light League because she does it her way, or pass it her way. I don't know. Hashtag please sponsor me, Burger King. Ooh, and we're gonna go for the flash E into the ulti by Set, and that's gonna be enough for the kill. Good job on him realizing that he had kill potential there at that health. Now can he turn on the Set or on the Viego? No, does not quite have the cooldowns. Tough. How long is the Set E stun actually? 1 second. And the pull duration is only 0.5 seconds, right? So, yeah. Oh, it pulls them. 70% slow. Oh, interesting. I kind of never realized I had a slow on it, but I guess it does feel like there was one, so I just never thought about it. Pretty close game here so far. You know, Lux Sork Shoes rush with tier start on Lux is kind of wild. She must have started the tier 2, yeah. Because she, well, maybe not. I have no idea what Lux started. Maybe she started tier, but she has less stacks than the Seraphine who did not start tier. So I'm very confused by this Lux build, but all right. That dodge the Seraphine skill shots. I mean, there is some logic to that. The boots aren't, I mean, the boots are a little confusing, but that's not the main thing that confuses me. The tier with no D-ring also didn't start tier, seemingly, or did, but just hasn't been stacking it. I can't really make sense of it. Maybe Seraphine started as tier 2 and she just bought D-ring after? Actually don't know. I'm not going to go back and check because I don't care that much. Gotcha skin detected. Yeah. And we got the Viego, Viego skin, gotcha skin. She started tier. Okay. That makes sense. I guess she's just been stacking it really slowly. Seraphine didn't start tier, right? I don't know. Graga's starting to get enough mana down here to kind of spam his abilities, which makes this matchup a lot more annoying. R2R going to go ahead and try to grab the dragon here, but now the enemy jungler is here. And I don't like them letting him get this close, but they do end up securing it, and now the chase is on for the rest of the team. Just kidding, they're going to back away. I think with Seraphine passive, probably just stacks a lot quicker. I mean, maybe. Like, there's a limit to how fast you could stack it, but you have a lot of abilities to stack it faster. Does casting W on yourself as Seraphine stacked here? I assume it does. What's going on here? They get a little too excited when they see the Jinx. And that will be a dead Ashe. Yeah, I think Lux has to be a little bit more... She has to be a bit more judicious with her mana early on because it just costs more and has longer cooldowns. So, that's probably the reason the tier's stacking slower. Especially if you do have Doran's Ring for mana regen. Yeah, I definitely don't. My personal opinion, I don't think tier Lux is very good, but you know, it's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it or follow it in any way. So, Moonlight is the Burger King of Light League. She does what she wants. She has it her own way. Bit of an early gold lead here for R2R. Gonna kind of... So, interesting realm by Zyra. I guess she's coming up for the grubs. Kind of actually forces the enemy jungler out of the area. That's interesting. Probably starts the grubs now, I would imagine. And Caress just has to do his best to not get dove and die here. Although Soraka probably not the best dive, so she should be okay. Yep. We're gonna go ahead and rip these grubs. Set kind of coming in and being a presence. Going for the Gragas, which I think is the right call. He's the one person that could really blow up this play, so kind of keep him from doing stuff. It's a good call. You almost always want to have someone running interference, like Set just did, if it's safe for them to do so. Ooh. They do try the dive. They don't get him, but they do get both sums. So, partial success. Oh, he already used his ulti, okay. Might just flash E-ult him, bro, but doesn't have it. Good luck, have fun. Thank you, Mr. H. Appreciate it. Tarst items starting to come in across the board here. Ooh, nice E by Set. Does manage to interrupt the Gragas E there by the looks of it. Should definitely dive here. Probably want to have Kindred start the dive. Yeah, because she's just got a lot more HP. And they will be fine. Nice dive here by R2R. Oop. Flashes the Seraphine ulti. Good call. That is an AP Seraphine. That definitely would have been a kill. Which I'm glad to see. I think if you're gonna play Seraphine in a gold taking role, I definitely... Oh, very nice pick there by the Zyra. Clearly had no idea she was in there. And that will be a kill on the Ashe. Good luck, have fun indeed. Yeah, very nice rebound. I'm seeing a pattern top jungle OP. You're not wrong. Jungle OP indeed. Stack check here on Kindred. She's just gotten her 4th stack. That's the most important one because it gives her an extra, how much attack range? Stay on the Kindred. Stay. Okay. Every time I move onto the abilities, it's, oh, there we go. At the 4th mark, you gain 75 attack range. So you go from 500 to 575. That is a huge deal. So yeah, she's got the most important 4 stacks. That death into wasted TP and 3 lost waves is a pretty large swing for R2R. It sure was. It sure was. Yeah, up about 2,500 gold now, but big objective lead as well. We've gotten every objective so far. I don't see that stopping anytime soon. Yeah, I think the Seraphine TP was okay. I think it was okay. Getting set flash is a big deal. Set flash is a huge. It's like how he has all his playmaking ability in team fights. So I think blowing that is worth it, in my opinion. Some champions like their flash a lot more than others. Soraka gonna go ahead and get caught out here. They keep contesting this Zyra for the bushes blindly, and that is not a smart idea. And now the fight's gonna break out. Ashe is gonna manage to take one down in return. It ends up being a 2-for-1 in favor of R2R, but then a gank in the top lane as well, gonna take down the set. All right, let's see the fight here. So they're fighting here. Set's already pretty low. It has used his cooldown, so Viego's gonna show up here. Nope. Yeah. If Set had more cooldowns, I think he wins this, but he did not, alas. Hold on, did Caress troll here? Hold on. Did he stay in rocket form the whole time? Let's see. He's in rocket form. He's in rocket form. He's still in rocket form. Still in rocket form. Still in rocket form. Still in rocket form. Report this Jinx, please. Thank you. Brother! You can't rocket 7 times in a row! You gotta switch to minigun, my friend! It's extra 130% attack speed. I'm pretty sure he just kills Ashe and lives there if he switches to minigun. That's okay. It's hard to remember in the heat of the moment sometimes. Very conflicted fan there. Ooh, very nice gang angle there by the Viego, but a bit of a whiffed Seraphine ulti, so she will get away. It's funny for me when Caress loses. Thank you, Eric. Eric always being positive and uplifting in the chat. R2R's gold lead has closed a little, or has narrowed a little bit, but they are still getting every objective so far. Ooh, Set's gonna go ahead and get bumped into tower here, but he's fine. He's a tanky boy. Jinx wisely abandoning the tower once they see the Viego. You could maybe outplay the 2v1 under tower, but you're definitely not outplaying the 3v1, so just leave. Smart. Sadly going to be first tower given up, but, you know, better than giving it up and dying. So, smart choice there by Caress to get the fuck out of there. He dies for sure in my game. Maybe it's because you're too busy flaming him in chat. He's distracted and can't think clearly. Looking for another gank here in the top lane. two R2R players clearly not on the same page. And Kindra's actually going to get hit by the Ashe ulti, but gets her ulti up just in time to save herself. And now Set's going to come in, but the fully around top tower shot kills him before he can land all his abilities. That was kind of a wild play. And I think they were not clear on who was supposed to tank the tower there. So neither of them really ended up taking the tower. And then once they figured out what they were doing, the Ashe arrow came in. So that's tough. Meanwhile, here in the mid lane, Moonlight gonna get a nice pick over the wall here. That is indeed exactly what happens. Abusing lack of vision on Lux extremely important to get picks. As you see, you got that one-shot potential if they don't see you. Did Soraka ult too? Is that what happened? Okay, I believe it. Thomas so handsome. What a snipe. True. Gold lead pretty close now, but coming in for another. Nope. How did Soraka get the Soraka name? She's played for a really, really long time. She was able to get Soraka, the very first Soraka named account, back when Soraka was really hideous. I don't know how many of you were around back then, but the original Soraka splash art and character model were something to behold. It seems like a bit of an oversight to give Soraka to someone named Soraka. That's a good point. Why would you let them have their best champ like that? Well, I mean, it's working so far. Bot lane of R2R doing quite well this game. Nothing compares to Lollipoppy. That is true. That is true. Lollipoppy was in the game for a lot longer, though. Ooh. Nice little catch there on Soraka. Has to blow flash, but it might not be enough. Okay. Does have cover from her team, so she will get out. It's actually kind of impressive that League took off to the degree it did, considering what early League looked like. Like, I know early League came out in like 2009, but it looked ugly back then for by 2009 standards. Like, League didn't start to look really good, particularly good, until they redid the map, like in Season 4. Until then, League was pretty ugly. But biggest game in the world anyway, somehow. Meanwhile, crazy fight is happening while I'm yapping about nothing, so let's go ahead and back up and see this team fight here. Very aggressive positioning by Zyra. I don't like this. You don't have cover. You need to not be here. And he is indeed going to get caught out here, but manages to flash to safety long enough to get her combo off at least. And takes down Viego with her, so I guess it's a trade. Now Bragas goes ahead and ultis, only hits one person, and now Set's going in there. And Kindred is here, gonna pop the Kindred ulti to save the Set. And gonna Set ulti the Soraka out of the Kindred ulti, finish her off, and he's still going. He's getting all that low health regen plus Triumph from Set. And yeah, big fight for R2R. Should secure Dragon number 3. Keep in mind I don't play Kindred, but maybe more reminders to the Collector is good here. Someone needs heal cut. Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree, especially since no one else has it yet. I mean, Zyra should probably be the most likely candidate to get heal cut. But it'd probably be good to have it on Kindred as well. Yeah, I think Collector at this late on is a little odd, for sure. U.GG tells me Collector, so I go Collector. Did U.GG also tell you to build Medjay on Olaf? Just out of curiosity. Yes, it did. Okay, fair enough. And Xin Zhao, oh god. I mean, Xin Zhao at least it makes a little bit of sense because he has AP ratios, but building Medjay on Olaf just for the move speed is kind of wild. I think I'm just a Collector hater. I mean, yeah. I feel like Collector's a very polarizing item. Either you think it's really good and you build it a lot, or you think it's terrible and you never build it. There's really not a lot of in between. It's definitely not the item it used to be. 50 AD is rough. Or 50 AD and only 10 lethality is it's not the powerhouse it used to be back in the day for sure. I saw something at GP that made me sad. Oh yeah? 50 AD, 10 lethality. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a lot. It is definitely not a lot. I think the main advantage of lethality compared to the alternatives is that for a crit item it has a good build path. Although I guess Hex Optics also has a good build path now, so probably should just build that instead. Because before it used to be like, oh, you can go Collector if you don't want to get BF Sword and get Yuntall, but now the Hex Optics is an option. A lot of people just go that. It has a very similar build path early on to Collector. 2 long swords and a pickaxe, I believe. Collector is good if you need to ensure your burst kills. I like it on Caitlyn purely for the reason that it makes my ult an actual ability instead of just leaving them with 100 HP every time. So Caitlyn's ult without Collector is a very sad ability. And a nice catch here on the Gragas. We're gonna go ahead and keep pushing here. Set is not here though, so they don't want to fight too much here. They want to just let Set do his business up here. Kindred did get mortal. Well, there you go. 3 Atom Kindred. Kindred very fed now. My goodness. Yeah, up almost 3k gold on the Viego. So fed Kindred's a scary champ. Your only real play is to all in her, and she's got her ulti. So good luck. Plus he's up to 6 stacks. 1 more stack, you'll get a range increase. What else do the stacks give, just out of curiosity? Mark empowers her basic abilities. She gets 5% extra attack speed on Q, 1% extra current health damage on W, and 3% extra missing out damage on E. Okay, so just a bit more damage across the board. My GP didn't buy Tabi. Technically speaking, no one has bought Tabi in a long time. What are they called now? They're called plated steel caps. Now, the reason they were used to be called Ninja Tabbies is from the way back in the old days of League, even before I played. Dodge was an actual stat that you could build to dodge auto attacks, and Ninja Tabby gave dodge. And dodge also worked on tower laser, so it was actually possible to have a Jax build where you could just sit in the enemy fountain and be invincible because you would dodge all the tower lasers. Yep. Goofy times, but they eventually removed dodge as a stat, except for Jax, who gets to keep it as a special ability of his E. But they kept the name Ninja Tabbies for years and years and years until they finally switched it because people wondered why the fuck armored boots were called Ninja Tabbies. I'm yapping again during a team fight, so let me go ahead and see what happens here. Set not here for the fight, and Jinx kind of zoned out here at her tower. So big numbers advantage here for 6v. And R2R not playing appropriately considering the positioning of the champions. They're going to get Sawdog going out way too far forward. He gets hit by a 3-man Seraphine ulti. Sawdog's going to go down without being able to pop ulti. And now the retreat is on, but they're not going to be able to get out here. And Gragas still has ulti as well, so they're all going to get cleaned up. So huge misplay here. My R2R going to lose their chance of Dragon Soul for now. And well played to 6v, realizing just how out of position they were and pulling the trigger. And there you go. That will bring the game a lot closer now, for sure. To be fair, that was not on Caress for the most part. I'd say that was on Sawdude. Got a little too excited, a little too aggressive, got CC locked. Samurai, it's WWW, not 6v. Now when I'm casting them, it isn't. When I'm casting them, it's Team 6v. Which is ironic, because I think I've casted every single one of their games so far. So, you know, so far they have been 6v every time they've gotten casted. That wasn't planned, it just kind of happened. Going for the catch here on Gragas. They should be able to get him here. Indeed they will. What do you mean? What are you doing with that water bottle? Oh, sorry, I have a can of Monster that I'm just kind of fiddling with. My apologies. Ugh. I have to keep my, They begged you to cast this one too. That is true. I think they begged someone to cast it, not me specifically. But yeah, I have to fiddle or move my hands around a little bit, basically all the time, because I developed motor tics about 1.5 years ago, and if I don't keep moving a little bit, my body starts spazzing out. So it's not a huge deal, except for when I'm trying to sleep, but it is kind of annoying. My 6v hate watch requires game 3. There you go. I mean, we'll see. R2R is in a good spot, but can they close? I need more Samurai Jack lore. That's what you get for now, so. I need more Samurai Jack SSNS. Does that stay for Social Security numbers? Is that what that is? I'm not going to share that one on stream, I'm afraid. What's your name? What's your sign? You already know my name, sir. A lot of people in Beer League know my name. What's my sign? I believe it's Leo, I think. What makes you smile? Who you be with? All right, relax. It's not going to turn into 20 questions. Is your name Jack? No, it is not Jack. It is not, in fact, Jack. You know it's not Jack, Eric. You know my real name. Slamurai, yep, exactly. It's the name my parents gave me. I don't know why they call me Slamurai, but, you know. Actually, my name originally wasn't Slamurai on League either. I stole that name from another account. Back in, like, Season 5, maybe early Season 6. I wanted the name, and some like level 7 account had it, so I just waited. And they weren't playing the game, so I just waited until the name became available, and I took it. So, and Zara's gonna go ahead and get caught out here. Nice flash though, but it's not gonna be enough. Does end up getting her a little bit of CC off though, so Viego will go down in return. Someone took your birth name from you on League. True. No, I used to have a different online persona before Samurai Jack, so. You can still find remnants of it out there, if you know where to look. What was it? I'll tell you what, it's the same as my my Reddit username, so if you can figure that part out, you'll know what my old league name was. And R2R going to start Baron here, and 6v says not so fast. They're going to contest, and it looks like a pretty good contest so far. Trying to get the most value out of this Kindred. Both junglers end up going down, so it will stop the Baron, I think. What if I know your Reddit username? Is it your Smurf account name? No, it is not. Do you know my Reddit username, Eric? I think you do, actually. So there you go. If you know my Reddit username, you know my old account name. Invite, I know who wins this. Yeah, I keep forgetting to mute the noise. But it does look like a Game 3 angle, barring an extraordinary rally here by Team 6v. So go ahead and fast forward just a little bit because I've been rewinding too much. I'm gonna go ahead and contest Dragon Soul here, but I have a feeling it's not going to go well for them. Call it a hunch. Set's going to go ahead and go in, and that's going to CC Viego long enough to go down. And it should be a nice, easy Hex Soul here for R2R, indeed it will. Ooh, and the binding is going to land on the Ashe. She's going to get one shot. Literally the one poster of Morgana mains. That's exactly, see? That was a while ago, though. Do you remember what it was? R2R going to go ahead and grab Baron here. Good call. Luck's still sitting on this tier, never actually upgraded it into anything, which is interesting. I guess she just really felt she needed the extra mana. Wow, this is a wild Lux build, by the way. It's two Lost Chapter items and a tier, and I assume she's gonna turn this into an Archangel's or a Seraph, so it's gonna be 3 mana items on Lux. I mean, she's not gonna run out of mana, and it'll be a big Seraph shield, and it'll be a big AP bonus for the Seraphs. You think I care enough to stalk your Reddit? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it was a while ago. I doubt you remember what the username was from back then. I haven't posted on that subreddit in a long time, so if you go look in there now, you're not going to find it. It was a fun little thing to do to stream some Hylia Morgana gameplay during the Year League off-season, but now that I'm casting games again, I just don't have time. Rumor is there was a Morgana jungle game yesterday. Yes, I saw that. Raga's going to go ahead and get blasted here. It should be just a nice, easy game end here. Ooh, Ashe is going to get knocked out by the Zyra ulti. But no follow-up. Set is here in the back, causing chaos and mayhem. And that will indeed be game 2 going on over to Team R2R. So we have a game 3 on our hands. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's go ahead and get into draft game 3 here. And are the teams swapping sides once again? Yes, they are. So both teams want red side, which is usually the case. So, although I will say that the teams that prefer blue side in Fearless or in Stoutly at least have been doing quite well. So maybe there is something to taking blue side sometimes, but we'll see. Kind of 6V to donate Tyler a Kindred debut after Sunday's incident. That's funny. You know what? Honestly, I know Saw Dude's Kindred was a meme for a long time, but I don't even think it's that bad anymore. He's gotten a lot better at it compared to when he first brought it out. His Kindred, when he first started playing it, was pretty rough, but nowadays it's not so bad. Definitely still prefer the Kayn, though, but they keep banning it, so, you know. Viagra, first pick for R2R, interesting. It is a flex pick. Mid-bot or support if you really want to, so it's not the 1-in-9 Kindred I used to see. Now it's 1v9. Went from 1-in-9 to 1v9. There you go. So I'm realizing you guys can see the champs in the middle of the screen. That's interesting. So the game 1 and 2 overlays block it, but the game 3 overlay doesn't. That's weird. I wonder if he meant to do that when he made it. It doesn't really matter. It's just odd that it doesn't block off the champions like the other two slots do. Shen Karma coming in for 6v already, so gonna be a bit of shielding. Oh boy. R2R says, we'll show you shielding. Lux into Yumi. Oh boy. Oh boy, here we go. Yumi Zeri, the classic. This might be a bit of a hot take, but I feel like in terms of like play style and role on a team and how they play, I feel like Zeri and Yunar are really similar champions. They pop ult, become super mobile, and just gun everybody down. Otherwise, they're short range and kind of meh. By the way, to the people in chat, I know there is another game that still needs to be streamed before, or needs to be streamed if it's going to be streamed before the patch tonight. But I'm not doing it because I just don't feel up for it. But we do have somebody in the Twitch chat named Eric29000 that does have the stream set up all ready to go. So Trash is tomorrow, it's tonight. So I'm just saying, you know, if there's any casters around here in the chat, you know, if you want to bug Eric29, beg him to cast the last remaining game. There he is. See him. Patches tomorrow. Yeah, they released the patch notes today, so it should be tonight for the patch at 3 a.m. What game is it? It was last week's game of Cake versus what was it? Let me find it again. It's whoever Cake played last week. Cake versus PMM, I guess. I thought it was Cake versus R2R, but Seaman Amos crossed it out, so I guess that one's done. Cake PMM 3 week 3. Okay, maybe I'll zoom through it so you get something. Well, there you go. Just watch the whole. Just cast the whole game at 8 times speed, and then the viewers can watch it at slower speed on Twitch to see it. So there you go. Yeah, that's the plan. It's a good strategy. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention to this draft at all. Is it a 2-0? I believe it was, but I'm not 100% on that. Let me go ahead and look at the draft here. Ezreal Karma, very oppressive early lane. Could be tough for Zeri. And then Annie mid lane against 6v. Is it versus Ched? I think so. I believe so. Then Warwick coming in for Sawdude. We'll see how his Warwick does. And then Volibear. I presume Volibear top lane for her depravity, but I guess you could swap those two around if you want. And then Trundle last pick for 6v. Interesting choice. I wonder. I guess those are both swappable as well, so we're not sure. Both jungle top picks are swappable, so we'll see what they actually are once they get into game. I feel like both Volibear and Warwick should beat Trundle, so Shen would probably be the better pick for top lane, especially if he takes Ignite, because it's good against both those champs. We're on game 3. Indeed, we are. There's no way it's not Warwick jungle. No, that I agree with. I'm more interested in what the 6v top laner is going to be. Warwick is a Sawdu classic. That is true. I think Shen does better against both those potential top laners than Trundle does, so. But we'll see. I don't know if Zesty Queso plays Shen or Trundle, so we will see. I do like the Olaf ban by R2R. Olaf would have been really good against this team. So smart banning there. Trundle is a Zac champ for sure, but I know both like it. Okay. I know that Shen jungle has kind of been a thing lately. Seems pretty good. I love being able to be ganked by the jungler no matter where he is. That's really awesome. It's like Pantheon jungle, but you don't even have to aim, you just press a button. Is Shen jungle really good? Maybe you should play it then at JWM. I respect it. Is it just the same stream key I got sent the first time? Yeah, the one key you got is good forever, so you never need to change it. I'm still using the same one I got like 2 years ago. How bad is the nerf for it? Are they nerfing it? I mean, Shen jungle's player was already pretty slow, so if they nerf it much more, it might make him not viable. But we'll see. Bad enough that I will convince my team I don't need to play it. There you go, Eric. That's good thinking. It's good thinking. In terms of team comps, which one do I actually like better? I do think the Vigar, if it's played well, is going to have a lot of value this game because it's going to split up Team 6v and not let them all go in at once. I do worry that Warwick's not going to be tanky enough, especially if he gets Trundle ulted. Same with Volibear. I feel like he might just get kind of kited out by this team. Zeri Yuumi always has potential. We'll see how good Caress is on the Zeri. In terms of 6v, their main CC is going to be probably Annie plays. Annie ultis, follow up with Shen taunt maybe, or maybe Shen flash taunt someone to start a fight. Beyond that, not a ton, but very slippery team 6v, so they could probably play the fight slow, I think, and come out ahead. If they could kite out the Zeri ulti and let it expire. Caress is a Zeri master. I guess we'll see. Jack, can I just say I love how you haven't moved the teenagers to center them? The reason for that is that I can't figure out how to do it in OBS. And I tried to do it once, and I completely fucked it up and had to re-download the slides. So I decided not to mess with it again. So that's the reason. When are we going to get 2 castles in here? I mean, I invite people to co-cast with me every time I stream, and almost nobody takes me up on the offer. So you slackers are free to start contributing whenever you like. That's all I'm saying. My voice sucks. Too easy, go and join him. I would co-cast, but I'm currently sleeping. Yeah, I hate when that happens. Although if you wanted to jump scare me, you could go into the. I have streamer mode on for OBS, so if Discord doesn't make noise. So you could sneak into the voice chat with me, and I wouldn't know until you said something. So if you snuck in there, and then like went for like a couple minutes and like boo really loud, you scare the shit out of me. So I'll start co-casting in April. I worked 31 days in March. March, do you really work 31 days, JWM? Also, I heard somebody. Who was it? Who is? Oh, they're gone now. That was weird. I think they joined me there for a second and then left. Spooky. 31 days. That's crazy, dude. Fuck that. You work too hard. You're bringing that Iron 4 knowledge? Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, no. I'm not calling for anyone specific, but you know, we have what? We have 22 beer league teams. We have 110 beer league starters. I find it hard to believe we can only find like 3 or 4 people that are able to cast games, you know? Some people are slacking.
Boo.
Oh, I thought you were sleeping.
I was, and then I woke up. You
I
want
see.
to
You did
stream my
get me.
Discord or should I open up?
Oh yeah. Are you actually gonna stay in co-cast?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm
It's
down.
it's hard to sleep when one of the players currently playing is in the same room as me. So
That is a good point. All
don't worry,
right.
I can't see his screen, so I can't cheat. But
Yeah. Well, now you can, because you can see me
now I
streaming and
can.
see. Well, yeah, but we're still watching 3 minutes behind, so it won't help you very much if you're trying to cheat.
Choo choo. All right, what do we got here?
You know, what do you think of this top lane matchup? Let's try to go.
Summoner's Rift.
Trundle versus.
I don't like either of
Volibear.
those champs personally because they make me sad. So
Might need his volume down. That's a good point. Yeah, I usually have to turn people down. Let's turn you down to like 70. There we go.
okay. I will say, Pravity does have Grasp, which is generally a safer rune, but also it's Volibear, so I don't know. But
Yeah, Volibear Grasp is a little interesting. I guess if you're going for
Yeah.
short trades, that's probably better, right? You probably don't
also
want the
de-shield. So.
yeah, you probably don't want the longer trades against Trundle unless you can get double bite off, then maybe. But they are both taking Ignite though, which I respect.
I do
Both
respect that.
So I'm gonna have kill pressure.
If anyone knows True Ball, Trundle Q is basically Darius passive. I don't know if
True, indeed.
anyone knows
It
that.
is indeed basically Darius passive, and you don't want this
All
fight,
in.
SDK. So you can't compete with the early bite. Actually, it was closer than I thought. I'm gonna be real with you. That was actually pretty close. I didn't think Trundle would have a chance, but one more auto attack, that would have been the difference. Wow.
You know, I'm noticing that Volibear has no sums. Trundle has flash, so I think if Trundle flashed, the damage from the flash would have been enough.
Perhaps, yeah. Volibear doesn't have he has second wind against Trundle, which is interesting. I think you definitely want bone plating.
Yeah, it's
Ooh, not able to get the Q off on the Viger to finish him off, probably just slightly out of range. So it's tough. No solo kill for Moonlight this time. Or for Glow Trap.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I know that there's no runes and keystone runes for Vigar that are particularly good. And you kind of scale well no matter what you pick, so you kind of just take something for lane usually. I know a lot of them take first strike, which is fine, but I think there is some logic to taking electrocute and having more pressure in lane.
Yeah, I just figured. I mean, I don't know. Well, like personally, I would have thought Comet, especially into like an Annie who's really kind of spooky.
Volibear getting a good trade, and then Trundle has to flash. Okay, Trundle in a pretty rough spot here. Should be screaming at his jungler to come dive this Trundle right now. But Shen is here in the neighborhood.
I think Shen might be able to if Ollie tries to dive.
Oh no, he doesn't have it warded, so he's not going to see this coming. And he's taking a tower shot. Ooh, does do a nice job juking the Shen E or the Shen taunt though. Should be able to buy enough time for Warwick to arrive.
Yeah.
Warwick pops the W just out of sight. Smart, so you can get the move speed and go in there. They should 100% dive Trundle here as well. I'd probably prefer if Warwick was going in the front, because he probably could have kept that way from hitting the tower if he thought about it, but he does not, and he's going to go down, but so will Volley Bear. Definitely should have let the Warwick tank that, but they still worth, though. They do get the dive, so good 2v2 play there by Her Depravity and Sawdude.
I'll say there's already a bit of a CS difference in the bot lane, though, so that's looking good
Yeah.
for the right side.
Yeah, that Ezreal Karma lane is just really rough to lane into. That poke and lane pressure is just so high. So.
And mid lane, it's even, but Vigar just scales so much better. So the top side's a little rough, but for red side, but.
Eric, I normally like the jungler being behind the tower during a dive, but in that scenario, Trundle could have probably held the wave outside of tower if he had realized what was happening, and kept that dive from happening. So that's why I wanted him to go from the front instead. But in the end, the wave crashed, so it didn't matter. How is Winstrico's volume, by the way? Is it high enough? He sounds a little low to me, but I just might need to turn my headset up a little bit.
Sometimes I talk quiet, sometimes I speak up, so it's also on me.
That is true. Thank you for co-casting, by the way. These
absolutely.
These 3-game series, they go on for a while. My voice is a little sore by the end.
I can imagine. Oh,
and coming in for the Warwick gank here. Yarma should be fine though. Does get the empowered W. And
I think her health's higher than.
Yep. Nothing really ends up coming of the gank, and now Shen is here.
I don't know if anything happens here though. I think.
Yep. Shen flash taunt or taunt flash. And probably doesn't have the damage even if he gets it. Interesting. He's maxing W first on Warwick. Is that what you're supposed to do?
I'm not sure.
Interesting. Interesting. That is a much needed reprieve in the bot lane for the 6v bot lane though. Kind of just put the Ezreal and the Karma on notice. They can't just do whatever the fuck they want the entire laning phase.
No.
Pretty sure it's W max for Warwick jungle. You may be right. That's why I'm asking. If I thought it was wrong, I would have said, "What the fuck are you doing, Saw dude? You'll max W first."
Because if I recall correctly, I think that increases the attack speed passive Warwick gets when something gets below 50%.
Yeah, it does.
So I guess when you're clearing camps, I guess when the camps get below 50, it increases the attack speed.
Oh, it increases the move speed too. Okay, that definitely makes sense if you're in the jungle. Plus lower cooldown.
Yeah. Oh, he's looking top.
Meanwhile, in the top lane, if I have a fight breaking out, Volley Bear not quite level 6 yet. He's probably a couple minions away by the looks of it. And he walks up anyway to the level 6 Trundle, and that was not a good idea.
Those level up timers, you got to be careful.
Yeah, but he loses to the Darius Q, or the Darius ult, or Darius passive at level 1 from the Trundle. And now Warwick is here. Should be able to do this if he doesn't use E2 early. Pops it early, but that's going to be enough. Does have enough damage. And I really like the Tiamat purchase here for Warwick. I think if you're playing a jungler that normally has like a slow clear for an AD jungler,
yeah, I think that's pretty standard. You
can buy Tiamat early and speed up your tempo a lot. I think that's worth it. Yeah, you lose a little bit of damage compared to rushing Bork or whatever, but it's an investment. So.
I think he goes stride most, if not all games. Warwick jungle.
I can believe it.
Breaker.
6 feet gonna go ahead and start the dragon here. Yeah, I guess they have hard prio here because both mid and bot are kind of away at the for R2R at the moment, so it should be free dragon here.
Yep.
Good macro. Bro sees the normal Warwick build and goes, I like that shit. I mean, it might not. Warwick might go Tiamat anyway, regardless, but this is more of a commentary for champs like Xin Zhao or Jarvan or stuff, like champions that can go Tiamat but typically don't. But if you get kills early and can afford Tiamat first back, I think it's a worthwhile investment. If you're one of the junglers with slower clear.
Looks like Moonlight was zoning off Shen so Warwick could get the Raptors.
This is interesting. We're being raided by Ember Esports. I think that's I know we've had some people from that league who have been in our chat recently. So I guess They
Was
sent
that
their
the?
viewers over to us. Wow, 24. We're up to 43 viewers. I'm pretty sure that's a high. That's a record for the Beer
Well,
League channel. I don't know if I've ever seen 40 plus viewers before.
was that the European? What's it called? League I saw. I know I saw someone recent in chat, but I don't
I do
recall.
not know. And Zor
Set
going
that
to
fellow.
have another 10 subs because he's made of money apparently. So he gives a bunch
Holy.
of subs to our new viewers here. I don't recognize like most of these names that he just gave subs to, so I'm assuming they're from the raid.
That sounds like a safe assumption. Unfortunately, I can't see the Twitch stuff. I'm just looking through your Discord.
Yeah. I have it open on my phone so I can see Twitch chat. But all in coming in here for the R2R bot lane. They're able to get one. Won't get Ezreal though, I don't think.
Yeah, I think he's out. Yeah, he's out.
They do go ahead and grab the grubs here as well, so success on both sides of the map. Yeah, we are indeed in game 3, so should be a good one. And Trundle going for the all-in here with the Ignite and the ulti. But he's actually just baiting for the Warwick, and he's going to turn that around. It's actually that was a fat shield from the Shen ulti, but it was not enough. They could not tank both Warwick and Volibear at once, and he's going to go down. So unfortunately, yeah, Zesty Queso getting a little too excited there. And
I can't blame him. I'd do the same. I'd fall for it.
Yep.
Actually, I played R2R recently, and I'm very thankful I didn't have enemy jungle in my lane. I was actually surprised. I expected it more.
There you go. It's always nice when the jungler doesn't camp you.
Yeah.
About a 1.5K goal lead here for R2R. So Herd Depravity's been playing quite well in these games, so good choice for a sub. Ooh, and they're going to go for the gank your own lane approach for the Zeri Yuumi. He's got the ulti, and he's pretty strong. He does have the Yuntal, so he definitely does have the stats to make this happen. So going to get another kill here. Maybe behind in the CS, but still managed to get to the first or the full item first by not buying tier.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that, the CS diff, but still they're kind of losing lane.
Did she have Doran's Blade and sold it to get Yuntal? Or did she start
She must have. I didn't see. I feel like she must have.
Yeah, I would assume so. I mean, if you get the kill there, it's immediately worth it, right? So you get your 300 gold, you make back the money that you lost by selling D-Blades, so there you go. Probably don't need to sustain as much from D-Blade because you have Yuumi.
Some top lane things happening.
Top lane things happening. And Trundle having to respect the slow push, so they're just spamming dance at each other. Classic top lane behavior.
Looks like a Shen's ganking top.
Yep.
Not really much happening though.
Ice rush on Volibear top. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, I thought about trying volley a bit before, but he's always kind of confused me.
Yep. And then gank here in the bot lane. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and grab the Karma here. Okay. Yeah, very strong early game here for R2R. 3K gold lead already.
As much as I hate to admit it, this Saw dude has been very influential.
Yeah. And there's a lot of yapping going on in the Twitch chat right now. It's interesting.
Oh, is there? I should open it up on my phone, I think.
I'm actually paying attention to the game for once. Another gank coming in here on the Volibear, but he should be okay. He does have flash if need be, but he also could probably turn this if they overextend here. They're already down the Trundle ulti, so that's the time to win.
Yeah, he's gonna walk out.
Yep, and you see, look at that. Herd Depravity knows. He knows he's a big man on campus. He's like, go ahead, gank me again. Try you already used your cooldowns. Like, and I'm still full health, so that's always the best feeling as a top laner is when you can see the enemy jungler right there and you just don't have to care because you're that strong.
Absolutely. The JWM said Volley should finish Bramble. I think that'd be a good call.
Definitely against against Trundle for sure. They both should be getting. I mean, Ignite kind of lessens the need for it a bit, because
That's true.
you really want the heal cuts. You really want it for the all-in, right? And you have Ignite. Ignite's about a 3-minute cooldown. How often are you really all-inning more than every 3 minutes? You know. So they both have it
That's
now.
true.
So.
Just a little trade gets bone plating.
Yep. And Volibear definitely the stronger party here because he's got the full Frozen Fist plus the slow from that, so he can extend these trades.
Ooh.
And that bite, ooh. Yeah,
The
Trundle
Sheen
is
plus Grasp.
Don't let him back, bro. Go E him. Volley,
Don't
don't let him back. Oh, missed opportunity.
Zach's pretty lucky Volley didn't have ult though. He could have just
no TP yet for Trundle, so he's just gonna just get his tower whacked here a bit.
No, does Herd of Gravity, does the Volley have lane quest yet or no?
Yes. You can tell if they have the lane quest done because it replaces their Keystone rune under their sums. So everyone on everyone has their lane quest on R2R, and the only person that has it on, they got two people that have it on. Well, now Trundle has it, and now you got to kite out a little bit. Got to wait for that W. Oh, get him, boy, get him! You got flash. There you go.
There he is.
Got to kite out the Trundle all in, and then give him the munch. Nice solo kill there for Trundle. It should be first tower here as well if his bot lane doesn't beat him to it. Oh, they will. Okay. You know, winning on both sides of the map. That's the mid lane dream. You're just sitting there farming while your top and bot both win.
And especially just put more emphasis on it, the Vigar scaling, so
yeah,
maybe even, but
the full mana build here for Vigar. Go on the Catalyst and the tier. Moonlight really likes her tier, I've noticed. I think that she builds it every single time she plays an AP champ. She builds tier. So she likes to make sure she doesn't run out of mana.
Nope, just get as many Vigar stacks as you can, I suppose.
Yep.
Stay in lane, keep stacking.
No,
I think it's pretty standard too, though. Safer build.
The Roa is standard. The tier and the Roa together. I mean, I guess a lot of them do go like, they go like tier, Roa, Seraphs. I guess the logic does make sense.
I think the Seraph scales off of mana too, so it's not like bad.
Yeah, you are sacking your lane pressure pretty much completely by doing this build. Whereas, you know, if you went like Sorks and Ludens, you could probably one-shot your laner. But if you're wanting to just chill and farm, then yeah, this build is what you want to do.
Yeah, it's a good game to do it.
Yep, got 4.5k gold lead here for R2R.
The lifeline item on the Shen jungle, I forget what it's called, but I've seen that. Yeah, I think I've seen that a lot recently, rushing that.
Yeah, a lot of junglers have been rushing this. On the surface, I kind of question it because it's an item that scales with resistances, so rushing it, or scales with bonus resistances, so rushing it seems odd. But maybe the base amount is high enough to justify it, combined with the low cost, that it's just worth it. So it is a pretty cheap item.
I wonder if there's an assumption too that like the enemy should have low damage early on once you finish it, but I think the enemy is very like ahead. I don't know if the lifeline effect will really matter or help too much. Apparently
the win rate on it is really good for Rush Shen Jungle. My only issue with it is that you make your already rough clear even worse by going an item that gives you literally... I mean, it makes your passive damage a little bit higher, but that's about it. You know, if it were me, I'd probably go, God forbid, a Sunfire, or a Titanic Hydra, just for the more damage and the wave clear to farm the jungle faster. But I'm also a selfish player, so it could be that this is the play.
Maybe I know. I know Shen top likes to go Titanic Rush a lot of times, so maybe in the jungle would be good. I'm not sure. Both of them getting hit by the E. That's not really good.
Yep, Volibear's feeling himself right now. He's like, all right, yeah, bring it on, guys. I'm not even remotely afraid of this 1v2 scenario. Oh, does not kill Karma quite fast enough. And the Karma empowered W does heal her and keep her alive. Plus he ended up going into tower range and takes a couple tower shots, so feeling himself a little too much.
The Karma continues to surprise me with the heals and shields. Maybe that's just me. I don't see Karma enough in my games, but
yeah, that Karma empowered W, 17% missing health twice. Like, that's a lot of healing. So
it's really good bait.
Baits people.
I suppose most of the Karmas I see probably go, what are the Malignants first, so actually seeing
Yes.
Enchanter Karma.
Yep. I kind of wish that the tooltips for shielding and healing abilities would account for heal and shield power. Like it says 17% missing health or like 150 shield, but that's not the real amount, right? Because she has, you know, heal and shield power from
Right.
items.
It's amplified. Yeah.
So, although interestingly, Moonstar doesn't have heal and shield power on it. I never knew that. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't play support enough to really know that, but I would have thought it would.
They do have 5%, but it is from Revitalize, so. But yeah, it doesn't account for on the tooltip. So like you could have like it'll say 150, but the actual shield is like 270 because you have all the stacking buffs that make it better.
Curious to see. I don't know if Volley or Warwick really like to build serpents, but they do have a lot of shielding on the red side.
Yeah, you might.
If they're gonna bother.
You might have to get one at some point, but I don't think you have a. I mean, the best person to use it would probably be Zeri, but do you really want her spending that much gold on a utility item? You know, you kind of need her to carry these fights, I think. So I don't know. Although, ironically, some of the best champions who are applying Serpent's Fang aren't AD champs. Like the two best champions who are applying it are probably like Brand and Singed, and they will very rarely build Serpent's Fang, even though they don't benefit from the stats at all, just so they can apply it to the whole enemy team easily. So, I know Bernie sent me a screenshot a couple days ago where he built Serpent's Fang on Singed final item, and by the end of the game he had like 20k shielding reduced.
You know, I might need to keep that in mind. I'm a bit of a Singed enjoyer sometimes, so.
There you go. I wouldn't get it early because you still need to be tanky, but if you can get away with getting it, and they have a lot of shielding, it's probably worth it. So you have to keep in mind that you're not as tanky as usual. You're just gonna have to dive bomb the enemy team, tag everybody, then get out.
Not first item early. Maybe second. I'll consider the serpents.
Bernie did not play Singed. He didn't, not in a beer league game. He just played it in a ranked flex game, I believe, on his own. That he showed me the screenshot for. Did not play it in a beer league game for sure. Fight breaking out here. Warwick going in, but Warwick is really deep. And the flash Annie ulti to get the double stun. They're not going to go down yet. And Zeri's actually doing tons of damage. It's going to be a triple kill for the Zeri. And they had a good play going, but they could not coordinate the burst to actually kill the Zeri. So she ends up turning it around on him, and that's going to be a huge one fight here for R2R, despite getting engaged on like that. Yeah.
That was really good. I think, unfortunately, it's just the gold difference.
Yeah, I think if
I had to guess.
Yeah, if the gold was closer, if the let's go ahead and actually see the play again. Did they? I saw the Annie flash stun, but did they actually like get burst on her afterwards? Let's see. Annie flash stun. So, yeah, there's really no follow-up damage from her team at all. So, and the Sean eventually comes in, but it was just too late. So they do eventually get the Zeri, but not before they're all basically cooked. And Volibear wins the 1v1 top lane under tower for good measure.
Yeah,
so yeah,
cherry on top.
It's looking like a R2R victory angle so far, but it is beer league. There are throws sometimes, so we'll see.
I'm noticing the Volibear is full armor, not really worried about the Annie.
Yeah, the Annie never really got the chance to snowball this game, so doesn't quite have the burst you're looking for.
No.
I mean, nobody really got the snowball on this team, to be fair. But
no. Yeah, no, the Karma's not building any damage. Annie's, I guess when you have like HP, you don't really have to worry about burst mage as much. I don't know. And then the Shen's not really doing much damage either with the tank build.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty good.
Pretty good. And we'll catch up a little bit here. Yeah, this is normally not how you see Volibear players build. They're usually going like Gnasher's Tooth and Dusk and Dawn and Rowan and stuff, but Herd of Pravity's like, nah, bro, I'm gonna go full tank Volibear.
Yeah, I'm surprised. The Dusk and Dawn, I imagine, would be
Pretty good, even on
pretty
tank.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Who knows, maybe we'll play later, but
I'm actually not 100% sure what Dusk and Dawn does on Volibear. Like is it?
I know there is the passive. It stacks up faster, where like the lightning, like the chain lightning.
That's probably not worth it
But
just for that, right? Like, it doesn't make his W proc twice, does it? Like, that would be insane if it did that, but I don't think it works that way. I think it gets consumed off of the first hit. I don't know. Dusk and Dawn is a little... How exactly it works with some champion things is a little confusing. It's also probably, honestly, most of the value for Volibear is just stat package is really good. AP, HP, attack speed.
I saw the Trundle all go through.
Yeah,
like that.
Volley has to bail a little bit more than he can chew.
But I mean, blue side's just chipping away at those turrets.
Yeah, I think, you know, the hoopla, the crowing about the Dusk and Dawn passive is warranted, but I also think part of the reason the item is so good is because it just one, it has a really good stats profile for the cost, and two, it has 4 build components, so you can build whatever components you personally want for your champion first. It's the only item in the game, I believe, that has 4 components into the final recipe. So I didn't even know you could do that, but apparently they can.
I think the most awkward part of it is, I believe the only AP in the build path is a blasting wand, so that's a little awkward if you're trying to...
I think that's good though. I think blasting wand is probably the best AP component item. 45 AP in one item slot, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Whereas like large rod is just way too expensive.
Yeah. Lots of items have 4 items. Well, yeah, like lots of items have lots of small components in them, but like Dusk and Dawn is the only one I'm aware of where the stage before completion has four components. Because it has, I believe it's Blasting Wand, Kindle Gem, Sheen, and Dagger. So that's the 4 components, and no other item has 4 that I'm aware of.
Yeah, none that I can think of.
Horror Sunfire Cape only has 2 until next patch, when Riot finally gives it some help. Crystal. Yep. They are called epic items. Well, some of them are epic items. The dagger isn't. Sheen isn't either. Actually, no, I guess it is because it builds out of
the glowing mote. Yeah.
It's so easy to forget that glowing mote was even an item because it's so like irrelevant. People forget that it's a component item.
I like the addition of it, but yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Minor in a lot of cases.
Well, it's funny because glowing mote has completely broken gold efficiency calculations for any item that has ability haste in it, because the way that gold efficiency calculations work is that you derive the base cost of a stat based off the cheapest item that has only that stat. So like cloth armor is 300 and costs 15 armor, so armor is worth 20 gold, right? That's kind of that's how they calculate the value of stats. Glowing mote is 250 gold for 5 ability haste. So by that math, ability haste is worth 50 gold per point. But then you have an item like Black Cleaver. Does Black Cleaver has 25 ability haste on it? You really think that ability haste is worth 1,250 gold? You know?
Right.
So any item that has lots of ability, or like the CDR boots, they cost 600, and they give 10 ability haste. So you're paying 600 gold for 1,000 gold of ability haste. Most efficient gold efficient item in the game. Crazy, super OP. When in reality, CDR boots are probably one of the weakest boots in the game. So gold efficiency metrics, they're interesting, but they kind of rely on the assumption that the base value of stats is meaningful and accurate when it really isn't a lot of the time. Like when they changed Amp Tome to be worth to cost 400 gold instead of 435, technically the gold efficiency of every AP item went down because now AP was worth less per gold per point. So on paper, it made every AP item worse, but in reality, it made it better because it made the build path easier.
Right.
So
that is interesting.
And chat's going off on me because they're about me yapping about all this nonsense, but I gotta do something while we're waiting for the game.
Yeah, I'm not really talking much either.
And I don't know why the fuck Zeri is just chilling here by herself right outside of no vision. She's gonna die for it. So that was not a great decision making there by the Zeri, but maybe R2R could clean up anyway. They did blow a lot just to get that one kill.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of flashes go out. Yeah, the volley might get picked here too.
Tanky ball over here, but he doesn't actually have any armor yet, or any MR yet, so he's going down. So he actually goes down pretty quickly to the Shen and Annie damage. So, and Trundle ult as well. So, great play here for 6v. They grab the dragon. They deny Dragon Soul. They close the gold gap a decent bit. So, slowest McHale's ever. Yeah. That is tough, but he still shouldn't have been there to begin with. Like, I don't know why you're face checking stuff with your Feds area, but don't do that.
I meant to just make some talk. I meant to ask you how you think Red Side gets back in this, but it looks like
I guess that's the answer is that they get picks on Zeri, but Zeri's mad about getting picked. They do manage to come in here and get some kills, but they do manage to secure the Baron before going down at least, so that's something. Probably still worth it for definitely still worth it for 6v to get that Baron off the map, because if they didn't, the other team would be getting it right now. So
I think if Trundle's able to keep on to it, especially, it's going to be really big for his split push.
Yeah, so you want to be smart, right? If you're planning to int as a team and get aced, what you want to do is you get Baron first, so that they can't get Baron after they kill you. That's only partly a joke.
Right? No, I mean,
that's the thing. Everything I say like that is only partly a joke. Like when I say like don't war because it's dangerous to ward, warding gets you killed. Like, yeah, it's a joke, but it's only like half a joke because it's actually true. Like, warding is dangerous. That's why. So when I say, whenever someone gets caught warding and dies, and I say that's why I don't ward, only half a joke.
It's like
warding's scary.
It's spooky. Those support fights get feisty.
Yes. There is a stat for quick cleanses that would not have earned that stat marker. No, it definitely would not. It's the Captain Jack's title, actually. That's the one I use. Because, you know, that's the one I wear during the season. I wear a different one once the season's over, but actually are going to end up catching the Karma here. I have to blow a lot for it, though.
I know, I almost believed the Karma was getting out.
Yeah.
That's actually very close.
Can we have like a mega light league for people like me? Considering it, that'd be something, right? Like a mega light lead, 2 points and under only. I mean, maybe a beer league grows to the point where that's feasible. That could be fun, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
I know. I was about to say, I don't think we need to be splitting the league any more than we already are. Ooh.
Yeah. Maybe someday if beer league keeps growing and we have like 30 teams a couple seasons from now, maybe. But as of right now, yeah, I don't think we can afford to split it 3 ways. Plus, you know, we need even more casters that we don't have. Can you imagine me and Simon Amos trying to cast like 30 or like 20 games a week, bro? We're just sitting here permanently with OBS on, non-stop beer league action.
Where'd Bunny go? We need him back.
He has talked about coming back, but I have yet to see him cast any games. So I believe he grabbed 1 last season, but he hangs around in our Discord still and chats, even though he hasn't casted games in ages. So.
It's always nice to hear from him, but
yeah, been nice to hear from him, but it'd be nice to hear from him on stream.
Even I'm in here. It's my tired whim.
Yes.
And I'm only co-casting. Doesn't really count.
Everyone in Light League is in Beer League, you freak. That is true. We are all true beer leaguers here. We do not discriminate. A lot of players are in both leagues, actually. So, are you one of them? I actually don't remember.
No, I actually am not. I'm just in the Light League.
Okay. JWM is the one that's in both leagues, right?
I believe so. I think he played
he
two
plays
games the same day the other day.
Yeah, he plays top for one in Rome, and he plays jungle for you guys. Is that right?
Yes, he's a jungler. I they invited me and I said, get on my top lane. Kick him out.
Ugh, okay.
No, I'm down, but I didn't really look for any teams, so it's on me.
Anti-flash is up, so could potentially look for a play here.
No ult on the volley now too. Yeah.
Yep. I really like getting control of this bush is extremely important. I like that Mercenary Wolf is camping this bush. If anyone gets a little too cute trying to get to the dragon pit, could have a play. I don't like how split up.
No, I'm worried that they collapse on.
Yeah, especially with the dragon about to spawn. I do not like their split up like this, and they realize they're going around.
You have vision.
Oh, yeah, they found Shen. He has to bail.
How long's the cooldown on that at this point? The taunt. I'm sure it'll be back up. They're not really fighting.
Yeah, it's back up already. So there you go.
Yeah.
It's only a 6-second cooldown at this point. So Trundle going ahead and try to zone him off with the pillar, going in on the volley bear. Pops the ulti on the volley bear. I guess that does make him a better ult target for Trundle by building all his tank stats. Now the fight is going to break out. Zeri's doing crazy damage, but yeah, Trundle able to get on him, and Zeri's actually going to go down. But do they have enough? Does 60 have enough gas to win the rest of the team fight? It doesn't look like it. Now Volibear's just going to run him down instead. Shen's going to get caught by the event horizon there. I believe that's what it's called. Yes, it is.
Yumi slows.
Yep, the baby cage. And yeah, Zeri got caught out a little bit and died, but they won the fight anyway. So
I don't know what you think, and maybe it's me and my preferred play style, but I feel like this Trundle maybe shouldn't be grouping up as much. I think maybe he should be playing for those side lanes.
I think he may be worried that they don't have anyone. They can't deal with the volley bear without him, because he's without him helping DPS and stealing all those stats. They're like, this is a full tank volley bear, so you're getting a ton of value by Trundle ulting him. Maybe maybe he also grew it because of the objective as well.
It is enemy soul for them, so I'll just give that up.
Yep. Anti-flash still up, so we still could look for a flash ult play here. Although I believe it's actually better to flash W and then ulti, because the W is instant when the ulti is not. However, the thing is going to start. Zeri's trying to Q over the wall, but I don't think that actually reaches. And now the flash ult's going to come in on the Warwick, but not enough follow-up. And the dragon's going to go down. Zeri is actually the one that secures it. And that's bad news for Team 6v here. They're going to get wiped here. That's probably going to be game.
Yeah, that's a 5-0.
Should be able to just walk it down mid here, and absolutely they will. And yeah, that'll be a team series win going over to R2R. Little surprising, to be honest, because they lost game 1 pretty convincingly, but they rebounded hard and came back and took the following 2 games. So well played to them.
Yeah, good job.
So yeah, that'll be it for the series here today. Let me see if there are any tomorrow. They have a couple scheduled tomorrow so far that I can see. Dab versus PSS and Reflex versus TDX. And are there any more? There's another one tomorrow. There's going to be 3 games tomorrow. Okay, so busy league day tomorrow. So
busy.
Yeah, that'll be it for this stream. I know Eric was maybe potentially talking about streaming the other one, but I know it is late for him as well. So if you want your series casted, go harass him. Eric29, this guy right here, that one. And yeah, that'll be it. Yeah, that'll be it for me and Lynch Drago here. And thanks for watching, and goodbye.